Alright, this is one of my most active boxes, and today I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I'm going to take this box, split it up, and make 2 nuke boxes and probably 2 complete hives. It just depends on what I actually find in here. I expect to be a lot of queen cells. This box has just been going nuts. So let's see what happens. Workers at the top, about 3 of them, so it's no big deal. So I want to get these resources split up. Next week I'm going to have all rain. It's going to be terrible. Okay. We're actually putting some nectar in that frame that had nothing in it. If I can find the queen, that makes a difference in what I get to do. I don't expect her to be up here. Okay, the drone section of this box, it's a medium frame and a deep box. The drone frames look like all empty. Now there's larvae in them. So she's laid up a bunch of drone larvae. Full frame, all honey. Honey. Nice big fat drone right here on top. frame of honey. I think they're putting new honey in here faster than they're eating it. But next week there's going to be rain every day. So when I make these splits, I got to make sure that there's honey, 2 or 3 frames of honey in every box. There's a light frame. Lots of drones and lots of honey. Same on the other side. She's got the whole bottom end down there is drones. But I'm not finding this empty space. Okay, there's another one. Medium frame and elite box. And it's full of larvae and cat cells. Just lots of drones in production. And on the top side, it's all packed with honey. They're just tuning. They're building frame. The cells at the bottom are drones. So they got the queen to come up here and lay the drones in. That's a large frame, and it's being backfilled with honey. Okay, so this box is all honey. Got the first bee that's checking me out. Scoot this frame over. Actually, I'm going to leave it on the outside. I'm going to put this partial frame right here so they can fill it. Finish building it out and fill it. Now I'm going to set up cover with a medium frame in it, so I can, when I set this off, I don't have to set it down on the ground. Alright, since it's a full deep box, it's going to be rather heavy. That's why I don't want to go far. Yeah. Okay. Here's a large population of bees. The hive is the queen. And the formica is done. So we'll go in my compost pile. Nice big fat drone right there. Running for cover. Yeah, there's lots of drones in here. And quite a few. These, you can tell the population is really big because the bees just come right back out almost immediately. And my freight rubber I left out here from last week. That is a full frame of honey. Full deep frame of honey. And that's a full deep frame of honey. Nice big drone buzzing there right there. Huge. Okay, got some pollen. That's why I don't like this frame grabber. If you turn the frame up, turn the frame up, the darn thing will drop frame on you. All right. This side is all fresh pollen. This side has pollen and honey. Next frame is brood. This side's close to hatching out. This side's a little fresher. Lots of new larvae. Yeah, there's lots of drones wandering around in this frame. So that's the other side. Oh yeah, covered in brood. And one queen cup. More brood. Bunch detached out. And she's already floating south. And another queen cup on that side. Pollen and yeah, bunch of fresh larvae on the other side. Some more capped. That frame is almost solid with larvae. The other side is now we're getting a little more interesting. There's several cups. And an uncharged cup is what these are. There's no larvae in them. The whole rest of the frame is covered in larvae. That just means that the hive is healthy and they are ready to burst out. Alright, the next frame over I can see on the one side is all larvae. These big hives are a little more of a pain because there's so many bees. several queen cups. And that side is completely covered in cap cells and soon to be cap cells. Nice big drone there. That's more larvae. All the way around the brood. No sign of a It's hard to keep them from climbing up your hands. Oh yeah, the other side's laid up real well. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I got one that's tons of capped. That one's mostly uncapped. This one capped and some uncapped. See what the next frame is. Another bee with honey on it. And a lot of honey on that side. Okay, so we got lots of resources, lots of babies. I need bees in there now. Nurse bees. That's a frame of honey. So I'm putting in some nice new heavy waxed frames. They've got lots of honey. Alright, that'll give them something to do. My beetle trapped back on the top of there. Okay, now I gotta set up, move this box over to there so I can get in the bottom box. And I gotta get a bunch more bees in that box. There's a bunch of bees. Too bad I can't just scoop them up and throw them in the box. Smoke up the nose. Yeah, the wind is blowing that right in the face there. Now the bees are back. These are all the bees that were going up there. They're building that pink frame out. Move that over here. The adverse doesn't do much good. Do this one of these. It's going to take a lot of work and smoke them. That's a frame full of honey. Pollen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go right into this other box with this one. Try to work from there. I've got a medium frame in a deep box full of drone brood. And larvae. That'll work. I really wish I knew where the queen was. There is a lot of young larvae, so they'll be able to produce a new queen. There's a lot of brand new larvae. The walk-away split will not put queens in them. I don't have cells. I think that one I'm going to leave. Part of my drone factory. Alright, there's a healthy frame of bees. All kept from the other side. Some brand new drones. And I don't need that one. Actually, what I need is some more bees and some food. Ones that fly are the adult bees. They're not workers, they're foragers. And drones. These workers that I dumped out, I just cover them with a frame like that, and they'll come right up in that frame. Another brood frame. There's the frame I need in that box. Got a lot of honey and a lot of pollen. going to sweep them off the front again. All the workers went for cover. Problems on that frame. Go back in there. So as I start to put this back together, there are no queen cells, so they're happy. They were happy. They're not too happy because I'm stolen so many frames. Now we make sure we got the brood all back together in this box. Yeah, it's drones, but we're going to put it together too. Alright. Putting a lot of new frames in there from the start building that wax. Oops. Make sure they're all right so that they just don't fit too well. Would have been nice to have seen the queen. Would have been real nice. But if by chance I got her in one of those boxes I split off, then in about 10 days I'll still see larvae in the box. If she's still in this box, then I'll continue to see them bringing in pollen, and they will be excited to have lots of new frames to build out because they were getting honeybound. Alright, need one more frame. With all the brood and bees, I could have actually split off one more box. But I didn't really want to go that route. I wanted to see how this works. Over a week of rain, they're not going to be flying. So we'll see how they do with the new room. What's amazing is there's no queen cut cells. this many bees. And they were almost out of room. Kind of surprised there were no queen cells. There was lots of larvae. So they're still happy with their queen. And that's always good. Alright. So I've got a little leftover funnel pack. Put that right on the top there just in case. They don't need it. Just watch. There we are. All the bees are back in their box. Well, they're still bearding a little on the front. And I have one nuke there and one nuke over there. Ready to make some more bees. And over the next 10 days, they will create a new queen cell. All right, that's my fun for today. It's going to be raining for the next 7 days, on and off, so the bees aren't going to be flying much. But the two new nukes, if the queen isn't in one of those, they will make new queens in the next. They will start new queen cells in the next few days, and by next weekend they'll have capped off queen cells. If the queen is still in the big box, then they'll just see all that new area to build out, and they'll just keep going. I still can't reduce the size of that thing yet because it's going to rain for a week, so I want them to have access to all that honey. And if they are still bringing in nectar, well, they won't for the next week, so they'll need all the food they can get for those babies. So there we go. Made 3 out of 1. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll do it again next week. See y'all later. Just wanted to show you, this is over on my west side. And it's graduation day. It's time for all these new bees to take orientation flights in this little box. This little box isn't going to be very much longer, because they had like 7 frames of capped brood a week ago. So I see pollen going in and bees taking orientation flights. Now the little box here, the little box here is the one we moved frames in. It had more than one queen cell. So right now there's no activity at the door, but yet when I pop the cover, there's lots of bees in there. I'm just gonna pop the cover again real quick. Hadn't looked in a few days, so I just want to take a look and see if I need to move some bees from another box. Not gonna pull any frames because it's only been a week. The queen may have hatched out. But it's too early to go in there and disturb her. lots of bees. Take the top box off. I didn't do anything else, but I'm going to take the top box off. Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 frames of bees, so may not be any foragers in there. They've got plenty of resources, so I'm not concerned with that. All right. So all we can do on that one is wait. And we should be ready to go with another box. All right, just a little recap of what I got accomplished today. I took one massive hive. The top box was all honey. The next 2 boxes were brood. There were about 8 frames of solid brood. I split 2 ways, or 3 ways, made 2 nukes. Each had 2 frames of uncapped new larvae and capped brood. Making sure that there was a bunch of 1-day or 2-day old larvae in each box. I did not see the queen, so there's the possibility of the queen being in any one of the 3 boxes. So the main box backfilled with double waxed frames from Hilco, and left the entire full box of honey on the top. So the other 2 boxes, I put at least 1 frame of pollen and 1 frame of honey in with the brood. So these are basically walk-away splits because I have no queens to put in them. There were no queen cells in this entire massive beehive. So if the queen's still in the original box, they will just she'll start laying up more and more brood. If she was in one of the little nuke boxes, of course they won't make a queen, but they'll continue to have larvae, and I'll know that the queen's in the little box. And either way, all 3 have 1 or 2-day old larvae in them, and maybe even eggs, because I can't really see eggs. So there's a good possibility all 3 of them could make new queens, or whichever one the queen stayed in. You've got a queen and they can just keep going. So anyway, we're going to see how this works. I split from last week where I moved a cell in the box with a bunch of honey and resources. There are still lots of bees in the box. And I didn't want to disturb it much, so I just left it at that. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.